Good evening, everyone. We'll start in a minute. Okay. A very good evening to one and all present here. On behalf of Delhi Public School, Bangalore East, I welcome you to today's workshop on financial literacy. Financial literacy is more than learning about how to make money. The session aims to teach children about money while equipping them with the knowledge and skills they need to manage their money effectively now and in future. And parents, if you're wondering how to save and grow money, there's no easier way than to learn alongside your kids. The workshop today is being conducted by Mera Gurukul Company. Mera Gurukul Company is a life skill-based education company with a blended career guidance platform for K-12 students. It offers educational institutions an unparalleled service experience in the form of life skill education, financial literacy, teachers workshop, and a comprehensive universities workshop solution for students, counselors, parents, and management. They have a strong team of leaders from different industries with a single mission and vision of upskilling the students to be future ready. I invite Ms. Rupinder Bhatia of Mera Gurukul Company to begin the session.
Thank you, Seema ma'am. Thank you for the lovely introduction. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, parents, and good evening, all the Mr. Abdul, Ms. Rani Singh, and Mr. Girish Nair. So to begin with, let me introduce you to the today's speakers. Let me share my screen. Abdul, just confirm if you're able to see my screen.
Yeah, I'm able to see your screen.
All right. All right, so for today's speakers, we have Mr. Abdul, who has done his SEMA and who's also currently pursuing the Chartered Public Accountant. And currently, he's also a financial consultant for QS Technology, Purple Snaps, and also for iTexas. We also have Ms. Rani Singh, who is an HR and the data analysis for Infosys. And then we also have Mr. Girish Nair, he will be joining in a minute, who will be from the university segment from Mera Gurukul. So to talk about Mr. Abdul, he is an enthusiastic financial service professional and is highly effective at working with clients from all levels. Mr. Abdul is currently working with QS Technology and iTexas and also currently associated with Purple Snaps. He is a passionate and opportunist individual who is always seeking innovation, spontaneous ideas, and problem-solving solutions. So over to you, Abdul, right now to begin the presentation.
Thank you, Rupinder. That was a fair introduction about me. To start off, when Rupinder called me up and told me that there's a seminar like this, I was very keen on, understanding who are the parents who are getting involved, because there was a generation who we grew up with who were, of the opinion that savings account, having a good amount of money kept in that account was all that they would ever teach you about with respect to financial literacy. But with the way we have all developed, I think the growth or the amount of presence that is given to people being aware of what financial literacy is all about is, something to be very appreciative about, because we need to realize at some time that yes, having good income is one thing, and ensuring that that income multiplies and fetches us a return in the future is also, one of the key aspects of what financial literacy is all about. I would like to start off with a few data points here. Uh, with the recent survey of NCFE, that is your National Center of Financial Education, they said that only 24% of adults in the country are financially literate at the moment. And apart from that, another study showed that Reserve Bank of India showed that only 47% of Indians regularly save. And what was astonishing to find out is that only 33% of all of these have a bank account. So I think we are taking a very good step forward. I think we should appreciate what Rupinder is doing over here by, creating an awareness about what financial literacy is about, and how we as individuals can save, can invest, and also secure our retirement and future endeavors. So I'd like to start off with, going through a bit of how I got into commerce, because I come from a fairly humble background. I did my 10th, 11th, and 12th in St. Joseph's PU College. I got into commerce. It was a very, surprise move for my parents, who were very supportive of it. But it was. I come from a family background where all my cousins, my elders, they've all picked up science. They had got into engineering. They got into. They were doctors. So going and explaining to them as to why I want to pick up commerce was, a difficult task, but they were very supportive of it, and they encouraged me. They went ahead, did their bit of homework. They asked me my questions and made me understand why I should not be taking commerce. But 5 years down the line, I think I took the right step, and I've moved on in the right way. So with the amount of importance, that has come in over the past 5 to 7 years at the moment. When I got into 11th and 12th, we didn't have much awareness about what any other courses apart from chartered accountancy and company secretary. And I'm being very frank with all of you guys. Chartered accountancy and company secretary is not everyone's cup of tea, because it requires a lot of dedication, requires a lot of commitment to whatever you're doing. But there are other courses, other opportunities which, provide you the equivalent stature, they provide you the equivalent recognition that you require, and they do benefit you in your career. And I'm talking about courses like CIMA, like ACCA, like CPA, CMA for the Indian, from the Indian Institute, CMA US. All of these, they combine and form a cumulative alternative to fixed chartered accountancy and company secretary courses. These courses are demanded. They're, recognized throughout the world. I'm not just India, but throughout the world. There is recognition from all the big four who are having their BPO offices in India, and I think Rinku will be able to, give you more input when she talks in that. Um, Apart from that, I think I would also like to let you know how I started off in this industry. So if you see QS Technology Private Limited and Purple Synapse Private Labs Private Limited are predominantly technology companies. So if I'm coming in from a commerce background and trying to get into these kind of companies, uh, it's a it's not like a cakewalk where you get into a chartered accountant's office and they understand the uh, role. You just have to do back office operations. It's not like that. So when I first started off with QS Technology, it was a very unorthodox move, where I was asked to go ahead and understand what design thinking is all about, because I was being made to make aware that people coming from technology, or people coming from a background which is not focused, or they do not have fair bit of awareness of what accounting and finances, need to be made understandable about that these are particular topics which they need to verify, that they need to analyze. So one of the key aspects that I found out in this was communication issues with respect to the finance teams and the sales and the technical teams. And the other one was everybody seeking visibility with respect to numbers, because both these companies are SMEs. So SMEs, not much of importance is given to the back office operations like accounting and finance and operations. So not just sitting on the system and passing and keying in those entries. It was more about interacting with the management, interacting with the decision makers, explaining to them as to why this is better over the other, and giving them awareness. I feel that over the past 3-4 years, the role of finance and the role of accounting and the role of back office has evolved, and that is what is leading to n number of opportunities for people pursuing their education in commerce. When we used to when I was in degree, I would just tell my friends and everybody else that I'm doing commerce. It's a very interesting field. It is, we're sitting and enjoying also. So only when we come out of the degree or the undergraduation, that we realize that okay, now's the time to get serious, to understand that there's a whole wide work world out there who needs to who we have to fit into and make a name for ourselves, and not just make a name but also earn what we are supposed to sustain and take care of our families. So this is a small intro of what I did and how I got into these companies. Now, coming to why students should consider commerce, I think over the past 5 years, and with the way the wave has been in India with respect to entrepreneurship, with respect to how Shark Tank, for example, has developed and created awareness. Like you see every other person talking about some idea or some business opportunity or the other. But to facilitate all of these opportunities, the crux would be somebody who is helping them uh, by understanding the numbers, by taking care of the compliance, by taking care of the data management with, and taking care of how they can secure themselves and move forward so that they can focus on the business, go ahead and sell their product, get the revenue for the company. The demand for commerce professionals who are able to offer this uh, value add is immense. So I think the roles are very evident. We have management accountants. Management accountants are people who sit in the back office. These are people who take care of the data. They take care of what business insight that they can provide. They have an eagle's eye on the business. This is something which has an immense demand at the moment. And apart from that, there are a lot of certifications which people can take. Let me reiterate again: CPA, CIMA, CPA is Certified Public Accountant, Certified Public Accountant. There is Certified Public Accountant US, Canada, Australia, which are all valid in India. There's also CI. You can't sign, but there is always demand. There is always a shortfall for these kind of professionals. There is also CIMA. CIMA is integrating with India in through MOUs, through multiple arrangements. Now, CIMA is Chartered Institute of Management Accounting, that is established in UK. And then we have the regular FRM, Financial Risk Management, there is diploma in IFRS. So the opportunity when people take in commerce is immense. And I think we need to sit down at one point, understand what domain we want to get into, where our niche lies. There are people who like getting into audit. There are like people who like getting into risk assessment. There are people who like getting into investment banking. So sitting down, uh, understanding where your strength lies, where you want to value add to the company, is the key aspect we need to start off in our degrees itself. And I think majority of the colleges right now, they offer integrated programs with CPA, with CIMA, with ACCA, where they allow you to have exemptions. And when I mean exemptions, it's not like our regular CA exams where there are three levels, and you have to write each exam and each level to clear and get the degree. with respect to these alternative global courses like ACCA, CIMA, and CPA, because they are getting into India and they're tying up with multiple colleges, multiple universities across the country, they're able to ensure that they give exemptions in students. They don't need to write, like, for example, if I'm speaking about ACCA in specific, there are about 14 papers which you need to write for ACCA, and each paper requires consistency, it requires effort. So when it gets integrated with the college, it reduces the burden on the student. They're not writing the ACCA paper, but they're writing the college or university paper, which allows them to they don't need to focus, or they don't need to worry more about not clearing the exam, because the colleges always make it easier and they link their pattern along with that. I think these are some reasons why commerce stream is in demand right now, with the revolution that it has with respect to data management, data analytics. And predominantly what is also happening is that with respect to cybersecurity, at least from what I have read, a lot of CISA, CISA, and CISM certifications, which are predominantly technology certifications, where audit of public listed companies, cybersecurity is involved, or their infrastructure or their information technology is involved, is coming to these chartered accountants or chartered CPAs or CIMAs. So I think the opportunity is immense. It's just about analyzing where our expertise or where our interest lies and going full blown at it. I think we can switch to the next slide.
Very
Now, yeah, I think we've spoken on how we can uncover professional courses in finance and accounting as well. Because, see, again, just doing our regular undergraduation will land us a good paying job. It'll keep us satisfied. But if we need to develop, if we need to earn the kind of return that we are looking at and the value that we have, professional courses play a very, very, very vital role. MBAs, yes, but apart from that, having charters, having um, uh, associations with multiple charter institutions who provide licensing, who provide recognition to you, is very important, because it helps develop in a corporate industry. And people do demand your expertise, they do demand you being able to deliver to the organization. It's, again, it's not just about sitting behind and passing those data entry and data values. It's more about how you can value add and how you can help the company probably save a few bucks, but it's still value added to the company. Now, apart from that, when we are reiterating on financial literacy, I think financial literacy needs to start off at a very young age for Indians right now. We all need to understand that how important it is to save, how important it is to budget, and how important it is to plan out our investments. So I think parents play a very vital role here. I think they can all get involved with their kids. They can always uh, have a few monopoly games, or they can play with the game of life. And they can also teach their kids how to budget, how to forecast, and how to plan out their expenses. And if we start off at a young age, our bases are correct. So uh, we are able to develop and build from there. Now, apart from that, there are also stock simulators which are in hype right now, where, I mean, if you speak to my parents or my grandparents, they would just say, "Why invest in stock market?" and without any understanding of it. But with the way the development has happened in India, and the number of active stock exchange users on India through these various platforms like Zerodha, uh, 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 Coinbase, etc., etc., we are all able to trade easily. And it is not it is not at a stage where we are gambling with the money. We do our research, there is an entire analysis done, we understand the numbers of the company, we understand growth of the company, and only then invest. So I think we have moved on from that stage where we can call stock market a very risky and gamble. Yes, it is risky, but it is not a gamble anymore. It is all a calculative risk that we are taking. And I think parents, encouraging their kids to try out these stock simulators or exchange simulators online, where they trade in non-virtual money and they get to learn on the kind of research that they can do, will create an immense opportunity and a learning for these students. I think we can switch to the next slide. In demand career options for commerce students. I think there are a lot of colleges that provide these integrated programs. You can also look at the basic programs that are offered. There are multiple career opportunities, multiple growth opportunities for us commerce individuals right now. You can definitely do an economics degree where London Stock Exchange offers that. They do not require you to even write your GMAT at the moment. They're directly allowing you to apply and pursue the course. There's commerce in math, accrual science, where Indian Statistical Association gets involved. They have multiple various courses. Apart from that, there's regular chartered accountancy and company secretary. And we also have a huge demand in risk and risk assessment and risk management, where investment banking, angel investors, etc. Just the Shark Tank effect, where Shark Tank is happening on a larger scale, but there are angel investors who do these kind of screenings at a back end level as well, where companies are involved. So providing them input, providing them various financial numbers is in demand right now, and it is a very sought out after skill. I think it's just about getting your head straight, deciding that this is what you want to pursue, and going all out in that. I think we can switch to the next slide as well. I think from the university's perspective, Rupinder will be taking over and helping you out on that, if I'm right. Correct, Rupinder?
Yes, yes, yes. Thanks, Abdul. So, talking about the universities, right? I mean, while Abdul has spoken about, giving a financial literacy at an early stage, why it is important, because now when we talk about the DPS, I think DPS is the only school in India who has come up with the finance lab. Now, when we talk about the finance lab, I myself have personally gone to the school and I've explored this lab where the kids are being taught about how to open a bank account. Because I think me at being at my graduation level, even after choosing the commerce stream and completing my graduation, I wasn't aware how to open a bank account. But teaching the financial literacy at an early stage, the DPS, who's doing like a fantastic job right now. They talk about the monopoly games, they talk about the business, they talk about the cryptocurrencies, and a lot more. So the reason why we've been talking about this financial literacy for the students at an early stage is because while they're choosing a commerce stream in grade 11 or in grade 12, they should have an idea about which college to be chosen, which university is apt for them. Now, when I talk about some of the top universities in Bangalore, we have Christ, we have St. Joseph, we have Alliance, we have Garden City, we have PS College, and then we have Manipal and a lot more. But when we talk about, we have national, we are connected with national and international universities all over the world. But we talk about the top universities, they not only look at, your numbers in the academics, but they also look at your knowledge, how good you are in the field of commerce. So when Abdul spoke about the different the career path or the different kind of programs what we offer post the graduation or maybe after 12th as well, I think giving a for financial literacy at an early stage is really really important. So I think I also have Miss Rani, who can also talk about, after completing the graduation, how the freshers are or maybe the experienced persons are being placed at an early stage. What is the pay package and what is the growth opportunity for the students who choose the commerce stream, who choose the path of the commerce stream. So Rani, if you're available in the meeting. You're on mute. Can't hear you, Rani. You're not audible. You might want to remove the headphones and maybe just talk on the speaker. Abdullah, am I the only person who's not able to hear, or there's somebody else? Are you able to hear, Ms. Rani?
We can hear you.
Rani, you can remove the headphones and you can talk from the speaker. Uh, Srinidhi ma'am, if you can just open the Q&A session so that maybe we can ask certain questions to the parents.
Sure, ma'am. I'll do that.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Rani, meanwhile, just check your audio. Okay, so maybe, I just want to check, to some of the parents. I think we have a group of parents from grade 9, we have a parents from grade 10 and grade 12. So we just wanted to check with, why, I mean, if your student, if your kid is choosing a commerce stream, have you done a kind of enough kind of a research, which college and why is he choosing a commerce stream and why is it important? So maybe your answers can be put up in the chat window. The question is for the parents. Ma'am, is it possible for us to give I think there's a question from a parent. What grade is the meet? Okay. Ma'am, if you want to talk about it.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible now.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. And I'm so sorry for this inconvenience. Yeah, thank you, Rupinder and Abdul, for giving me this opportunity to speak about the financial literacy. And yeah, even I have seen the students who are freshly joined the companies. So once we finish our education, the next target is to get a job. So I'm having more than 13 years of experience in the corporate sector. So far, I have been an HR, and even I'm working with the data analyst, and even I'm a career counselor as well, working with the Infosys. So I do go, and career counseling, it is especially for those who join freshly the organization. So you won't believe, but most of the uh, candidates who join BPO sector, we are very much aware about the call centers and all. So those candidates are coming from the science background. It is shocking, but that is the fact actually. So actually, we are not aware about the opportunities what we can avail from after choosing the commerce background. So it's our responsibility to, as a parent, it's like, we should educate our children what they should choose. I know now we are also educated and we leave uh, up to the our kids. Okay, fine, whatever you want, you should go ahead and take whatever the option subjects you want after 10th standard. But at times they are not mature, and they look into the their classmates or other students, and even sometimes a social status as well. People, they prefer, okay, science, it means you are with a with a good family background or something. It is like, nowadays it is like a matter of status, family status, but we should not think about it. That's what I have realized when I did the counseling for multiple candidates. They, well, for just because of their parents force, they chosen
So
science, and
yes.
later on, when they are not getting their dream, yeah, when they are not getting the dream job, so they are very much upset, and they really don't understand what they should do after completing their engineering, after completing their BSc or MSc. They are working in a call center, so that is not their dream job. Even after completing their engineering, they want to do something like, IT job, but they won't get. Why? Because we didn't guided them in a proper way. That was not their interest to go for the science option. Even I believe, I'm not sure whether everyone is aware or not, but there are more than 100 uh, uh, accounting software which is there. And if we can learn at least two or three, definitely anyone can get a better opportunity. The starting package for those, the commerce students, it is starting in a corporate sector. Minimum it is 5 lakhs per annum to 6.5 lakhs, depending upon the interviews. Okay, so they can start. But what about the science students? If they are going to the call center, it will start from 3 lakhs or 3.5 lakhs. So now I think I have given a difference, where after completing our studies, when any other candidate, when they are getting 3 lakhs, even after completing their engineering, they are going to the call center and getting only 3 lakhs or 3.5 lakhs, something like that. That is the basic call center package for those for the science students. When I did the counseling, a few of the candidates, they said they were not aware, and just their friends, they opted for uh, maths and bio. Okay, so they just because of just they followed their friends and they opted the science subject, and later on they are not interested, and they didn't get any opportunity to switch in their career, like in their education field. So after completing their education, what else? The job comes. When they are not getting the proper job opportunity, they definitely, that time the depression comes. And that time they need a counselor. So what they have done in the past. So I believe it is our responsibilities to educate. And as Abdul said, there are so many opportunities like CA, even uh, there are multiple other like bachelors of law, accounts and management. There are multiple uh, field where we can enhance our career, and you can get package. Starting package itself, it is really good one. And once you'll get the experience of 1 or 2 years, definitely there is more than 10 lakhs you can get. So this is what about being in the industry. I have seen every year, if we are recruiting people, so out of 100%, it is more than 60% accounts and commerce, and rest 40% from the other backgrounds. So now you can, it's like, and every year it is increasing. I have given the data of the last year to 2022, okay, and 21 also. The ratio was same, and it was predicted that in a coming future, it is going to increase by 65%. So that will discuss end of this year, that how much it has been increased. But as of now, the commerce stream, it is more in demand, and there are multiple options where they can enhance their career. And even if they want to learn multiple tools, I can suggest multiple tools also, where they can not only if you know people, those who are doing engineering or something, so they are very much skilled with Java and other tools. Even for accounts and commerce also, we have multiple tools. If you are aware about Oracle, NetSuite, according software, where then Zoho Books and Zero, and many more are there. So it is all up to us how we are going to educate our children. We should not stop them. If they are interested for commerce subject, we should better let them go ahead. They will definitely do wonders in that particular stream. It is not mandatory that if they are going to opt a science stream, then they can do better. But it's not like that. But I have seen in these 12, 13 years that commerce students did really wonder. That's what I can say here.
And I think, we need to encourage our, just put it on mute. So I think we need to be, rather talking about, if somebody has chosen, always seen as, they've been always been seen as, oh, he has chosen commerce student just because it's not good with the math or anything as it. Because people, most of the students think that, for them, math is like a phobia. So I think thanks to the NEP now that they have come up with a combination where it is not mandatory for you to choose math, so you can choose any combination along with this. If you're choosing commerce or any other subject, you can. It's not mandatory for you to choose math. So I think we should not be degrading our kids. Why you have chosen commerce? They always consider that being into commerce is like you're a weaker student and that's the reason you have chosen commerce. And then just because somebody is very smart, I mean, who has chosen a science stream, they've been considered as a smart student. I think we need to stop coming out with this kind of a thought process, or maybe rather we should be encouraging our students. If somebody has chosen a commerce stream, or they want to get into a field of an accountant or a management accountant or any other domain, rather than discouraging them, we need to encourage them, because there are plenty of opportunities out there. So it's just not about Infosys I'm talking about. I think we have companies like PwC, we have Infosys, we have Accenture. I mean, any company. And for example, you can talk about Abdul, also spoken about. Currently, he's working into a technology company, into cybersecurity domain. However, he also spoke about the importance which has been given for the finance and accounting domain. So I think starting a financial literacy at an early stage. The reason why we are talking about it is because nowadays that the kids are very, very smart. You know, ordering food online, whether it is Zomato's or Swiggy's or any kind of a food app you can talk about, or any kind of other applications like maybe a gift app. They don't understand the money or the importance of the money, because they know that the account, the Zomato is synced with the Google account or your bank accounts. They just don't understand that how much is the value for that particular product. So I think talking about the importance of the savings, talking about the importance of budget, talking about the importance of why it is important for them to understand the financial literacy at an early stage. It is for them to bring an awareness, to bring them an awareness about why it is important. So I think that is what Abdul was trying to cover. Abdul was trying to talk about what are the career paths. He spoke about his own journey. And I think when we talk about Miss Rani, I think she was talking about the career opportunities which are there in the corporate sector. Now, from the university segment, definitely after your kid completes grade 12, I think there are plenty of colleges who are offering, various courses with BCom. We have BCom. Earlier, we used to have only BCom honors, but now we have BCom strategic finance and we have BCom computers. I think there are a lot of courses which has been added along with the BCom. Adding to that, the other companies are trying to integrate a chartered management accountant or a CA program or a CPA. So there are multiple programs which they are trying to integrate along with the BCom. So the moment your kid completes grade 12 and then he goes to the good college, and the moment he completes the college, he has a job in his hand. So that is how they have planned the entire journey for the commerce stream. The reason why it is booming right now, the finance domain, is because of the opportunities which are available in the market right now. So anything which you want to add, Abdul or Rani? Anything you want to add, Rani? Are you on mute?
Yeah, I'm audible now.
Yes.
Okay, so it's my request to all the parents that we should think about our kids first. What is their choice? And other than parents, nobody can understand a kid better. Okay, so we should guide them in a proper way, no matter whether it is a science stream or commerce stream. If they are interested with the commerce stream, we should let them go, because in coming future we are going to get multiple opportunities compared to science. Even even if it is a BCom or MCom, there are multiple opportunities, but I think there are very limited opportunities if somebody has completed BSc or MSc, right? As I already told that BSc and MSc, most of the people, they are coming to join the call center. I really don't want the sharp students, or they are actually want to do something in their future. They should choose, and parents should guide them what exactly it is correct for them. So please, parents, it's my request. So please guide your children in a proper way, so that later on they should not regret. Even after 10th standard, 11th and 12th I did in science, and I was like, it was my parents. They wanted me to become a doctor, so my subject was bio. I chosen bio, and after that I attended multiple entrance exams, and uh, I got selected in dental, and that to be on paid seat. But my parents was running short of money, and my father, he can't afford at the same time, because I have other siblings also, they are doing their masters and other educations. So again, like, there was no other choice, then I chosen economics honors. And from there I have seen, and I thank to my brother who guided me to go with the economics. And now I'm in, like, I'm graduated in economics, and even post graduated in economics. I did MBA, and many more I did, with just because of this commerce background. I was happy, and I'm very much happy, and I'm a live example in front of you guys. So I'm really doing good. If I would have continued with BSc or MSc, then definitely I would be regretting. But I don't have any regrets. So yeah,
So I think it's more, about the phobia about, maybe it's about the status, what we talk about, choosing a commerce stream, because I think it's not about the parents are being wrong, because they think that about the salary packet when we choose a science stream, that they want their kids to become engineers or the ITs or maybe the doctors and all this, and they feel that the money is more. But I think they also need to understand that there are a lot of opportunities which are there, which are also available in the other domains. I'm not particularly talking only about the finance and accounting. I think we can talk about the humanities or economics, as you mentioned, Rani. So I think there are a lot of opportunities which are available. And as Abdul has mentioned, I mean, as you have also mentioned that, because of the parents' pressure, or maybe at times also because of the peer pressure, also we feel that, my friends are opting for science, and why should I choose commerce? And though I know that I'm not so great in science, and still because of the peer pressure, or maybe because of the parent pressure, I ended up choosing the science stream. And then later, I think there are a lot of schools, or maybe there are a lot of people who come back and regret that why we have opted for this, and they again in the next year they request to change their domain from science to commerce. So I think for the entire motive is not to degrade any kind of a program here, or any kind of a stream. All we are asking the parents is to encourage your kids, if in case they say that they want to get into commerce, or they have an interest in accounting or into a finance domain, or they want to become a CA. So getting into commerce, CA is not just the only option. As Abdullah has mentioned, there are a lot of programs, a lot of career path which is available in the commerce stream. We have CMA, Chartered Management Accountant, Chartered Public Accountant, we have Financial Risk Management, we have Enrolled Agent, we have IFRS, I think investment banking. There are plenty of opportunities which are available in the banking sector or in the corporate sector, or any other domain which is available. So anything which I'm missing out, Abdul, please, you can add it if you feel that I'm missing out somewhere.
I think you've covered most of it. Two more very vital things that you were talking about was the number of courses that BCom, BBA, and BMS have to offer. It's not, it's no more that if somebody's saying that they've done BCom, they've done only BCom. There's always specializations which have come in. I think most of the universities, they have about 9 to 10 focused areas where BCom also focuses on. Like when I speak about BCom in specific, there is BCom honors, there is BCom with global management, there is BCom with entrepreneurship and business management, there is BCom only with respect to finance and accounting. So the field is vast. It's always about where does a student's interest lie, and I think parents and their peers do influence this decision in a very focused manner. So if it is done right, it is done right. If it is not done right, there is always that worry that have I done the right thing. So until you get into it and finish what you've picked up, you will never know what you've achieved. So I think it's all about taking that first step and moving forward. But it will be very important to understand which is the domain that I want to focus on. I think that's about it. We've covered most of the aspects. Uh, do continue on whatever
Sure.
your
And I think, parents, if you have any questions, I mean, you can feel free to type your question in the chat window. We'll be happy to answer all your questions. And just to add, parents, that we have also shared a feedback form in the chat window. I would request you all to just take it just take hardly 1 minute for you to submit this form to to understand better how what is your feedback on today's session. And definitely, we will be connecting maybe once the school reopens in the month of June. We will be connecting with the parents, maybe for the orientation, maybe at the orientation time, or maybe during the PTX. We'll be connecting on a one-on-one basis. If in case you want to connect with us, we'll be happy to do that. So any questions, parents? If you have any questions, please drop in your question in the chat window. So I guess, ma'am, they do not have any questions. Maybe if you would like to close this session for today.